Yama Yama, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rather Be Crazy Than Dumb with the one and only Rhani Green / I am the glitch. Today's episode is going to be along the lines of, as a leader, you will never get the recognition that you deserve or desire. Now, I actually recorded this a couple of months ago when I first started releasing my podcast, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. And now I understand why. Because I realized something very crucial that I needed to add to this for you guys. And it was a bit of a aha moment. I was like, ooh, this one hurts. Yep, but it's so freaking true. So originally I recorded this a couple of months ago, and it was a little bit coming from a place of ego. Let's be real here. And where it came from was, I share so much value and insight and perspective to the people that I'm closest with, and of course my clients and my family. But it was really annoying me when I would have a conversation with a friend, or I would just shed some light on something, or I'd just come up with, I'd just channel all these words of wisdom, and then they would take exactly what I said and post it on Instagram, on a reel or on a post, or they had come up with this magical idea. It really peeved me off. I was like, yep, that sounds really familiar. I wonder where you got that from. So that's what triggered me. But let's be real here, okay? Being a leader isn't about the ego. It's not about somebody patting you on the back and being like, oh, you're so smart, that was so wise, I'm going to share that with the whole world. That's not what it's about. That is so far from the truth. That's the total opposite of leadership. What leadership is about paving a new way. It's about inspiring people, giving people insight, making people think outside of the box. Maybe I'm going to do this different, or why do I do that different? Oh yeah, I'm actually going to take control of my health, or I'm actually, it's like clicking things into place for people and paving a new way and showing this new perspective. That's what it's about. Being a leader is not about the recognition. It's not about the reward, right? Because essentially we all just sort of copy each other in a way. We all gain inspiration from one another. And it's not a nice feeling when someone regurgitates exactly what you said. But, I listen to people's podcasts and they inspire the F out of me, and I don't copy them. I don't even remember who they are or what they were talking about, but there's just little bits that sort of stick in my unconscious that definitely make me think about things. But, I don't go and go, oh, well, I got this from so-and-so in this one thought, and then, no one does that. But if I was obviously going to really gain inspiration from somebody, I would definitely share it. But yeah, gaining, when you hear or you see what you've just said, and it's posted as if it's not yours, it does hurt the ego a little bit. But you know what? The most important thing is that people are learning the lesson. People are growing. People are evolving. They're having their aha moment, right? And yeah, so I just wanted to share more light on that with you guys, because you know what? At the end of the day, you are never, even as you don't even necessarily have to be a leader, but you're never going to get the recognition that you deserve or you desire. And okay, here was the big aha moment that I had recently, right? That I was like, that makes more sense. So when I was screaming at the universe and I'm like, when the fuck is it gonna be my turn? Really emotional, really upset, because honestly, I can say that I have done so much freaking good for this world over my life. Not even just the past couple of years. I have always tried to be a good person. Yeah, I'm a little bit sassy. Yeah, I'm a little bit bitchy. Sometimes I can be a little bit passive aggressive or a little bit rude. But I always have good intentions. I always want to help people. I will always help people as best as I can and as much as I can. I've always looked after people. I've always been a great friend and supported people when I can, unless they're just totally playing the victim and I can't deal with that. But, you know, I've done youth work. I've worked with homeless. I've worked with drug and alcohol rehabilitation. I've fought for our freedoms. I have organized protest, emceed protest. I have done so much for that freedom and truth community, putting a lot of my time, energy, money into it, and therefore, you know, that really did impact my health and my life quite a lot. Not saying that in a bad way, but, you know, I have given and given and given, and, you know, I've stood up for pedophilia, like for children, for their rights, for their freedom, against pedophiles. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. You know, I've given people money because they needed money. I have done things because people just needed that little bit of help. I have always, I've always just wanted to help people and make more money and be more successful so I can help even more people, get my message out there even more. I have followed my intuition my majority of my life, and when I haven't, I've learned the tough ways, but I've listened to my intuition. I've always tried to come from a really pure place, as pure as I can. Of course, sometimes that gets muddled up. I've, you know, really dedicated my life to healing myself, to healing my gut, to making this world a better place, to leaving some sort of legacy. Anyway, I could go on and on and on. You get the gist. You get the point of it. I've really not even tried, but I have really just been a good person who was creating change in this world because it just felt right. I didn't question it. I just did it. And as I've mentioned lots of times, this year has been this past 12 months, extremely freaking hard and uncomfortable and confronting. And I've had death after death after death of myself. I've lost myself over and over and over again. I've been broken even more. Like, I've broken and then been broken more and more and more. So that's why I just lost it at the universe. And I'm like, you know, I've done everything right. I fucking don't even drink alcohol. I don't even fucking take coffee. You know, I'm on this fast. I'm dedicated to healing myself and sharing the message with other people to help them on their healing journey, to inspire one other fucking person. You know, like, I don't do drugs. I don't sleep around. I have really good people in my life. I'm really conscious of energy. And you know, I'm like, what the fuck? When is it gonna be my fucking turn? When are you going to reward me for all the good that I've done? Boom. Do you get it? Do you see what I'm seeing here? Universe, when are you going to reward me for everything that I've done? Now just think about that. Because I've always said the universe favors the brave. It rewards the brave. It rewards the strong, the people who stand in their power and they stand in alignment with their values and they try to make this world a better place. I've always said that, and I do truly believe that. But when I said to the universe, when are you going to reward me? It was like, you think that you're going to get a reward for doing this? Like, this is what you expect? You expect us to give you a reward. It was like, if you're doing this for the right reasons, you don't need a reward. The reward is doing it. Oh my God, goosebumps, even though my electric blanket's on, I'm overheating in bed. But does that resonate for you guys? Does that resonate? Because that was the freaking moment that I was like, oh my God, I have become entitled. I am playing the victim to the universe. I'm expecting some sort of exchange for what I am doing. When that is not the case. We should not ever, you should not ever have an expectation of doing something good and getting rewarded for it. You know? The reward is doing it. The reward is knowing that you're in your purpose, that you are in alignment, that you are living your fucking soul's purpose. Do you get it? That's the reward. You might go through your whole life, and this is a bit of a reality check, and I really hope this doesn't happen to anyone, but realistically speaking, you might go through your whole life of just completely it being fucked. Sorry for all the swearing I've done in this podcast, but let's be real here. Your life could be completely fucked and you're like, surely it's got to get good one day. Maybe that's just not your journey, you know? Maybe one day in the other realms, in the afterlife or whatever, you'll be rewarded and you'll have breaks, you know, not even rewarded, but you'll be able to go and live a bit of a nicer life or whatever. But this life isn't about being rewarded. The reward is dying and knowing that you did your freaking thing, that you did the thing that you chose to come here and do. Like, wow, even just saying this to you guys, I'm like having so many realizations. Like, it's hitting home, it's hitting me hard, like even deeper than like the first time that I had that aha moment. Like, never do something for the reward. Never, because that is your fucking ego. And I'm not saying, by the way, that I did that for the reward, but it felt like naturally, okay, if I be a good person, something good's gonna happen. And I've had lots of amazing things happen, right? And I do believe that if you have a pure heart and you have pure intentions and blah blah blah, you know, the usual mumbo jumbo that I go on about, then yes, you will always be looked after by the universe. You'll always be looked after. But I'm not even going to say rewarded anymore, because what is literally more rewarding than loving yourself, than doing things that make you feel good, that are in alignment and light up your fucking soul, that are helping other people and making this world a better place? That's the reward. That is the freaking reward. So yeah, I mean, God, this is going to be a short podcast because I've just spilled all the beans. But that's all I have to say to you guys. And let me know if this resonates, okay? Let me know what hit home for you, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of aha moments. And if you can't tell by my podcasts, all of them, I have a lot of these moments. That's why I share them with you guys, because I do so much pondering and thinking and contemplating and like questioning and like talking to myself and like checking in with myself. And I'm like, does this feel right? Does this sit right with me? Like, hang on, you know, and talking to the universe and talking to other people. And that's, I guess, like it's a really good idea to have like, you know, a coach or just have that self-development or have that time with yourself or whatever, to be able to self-reflect. Like I've said quite a few times, like, I'm a single childless woman. I'm a single childless young woman who works for herself. I have the time and I have the freedom, and I'm not eating as well, so I've got more time on my hands. So I have the time, I've got the freedom to really dive into my mind, to really dive into these questions. So I'm very fortunate, and obviously having a partner and having your kids is like and eating are like the most beautiful things in the world. But the reason that I can sort of have so many realizations and whatever is just because I live a pretty different life to, I guess, like quite a lot of people. And I have the time to think, I have the time to ponder, I have the time to question and reflect and journal and meditate and do all that hippie spiritual stuff, you know? So let me know how you find this, guys. Let me know if you would like me to talk about anything else as well. I'm happy to take some requests, but usually I just try to let everything just flow naturally. And if you haven't already, I haven't said this in the past couple of podcasts because I'm just like, whatever, I'm just putting it out there. I don't really, whatever. But it is very appreciated if you do give me a like, give me a rating, give me a subscribe, give me a comment, give me a whatever, give me some love. That's very appreciated. And stay weird, stay wild, stay wacky. I fucking love you guys so much, whoever you are, wherever you are, whether you hate me, whether you love me, whether you are somewhere in between. You know what? I just have so much love to give because my love is fucking pouring through me. And it's not even my love. This is a love from the universe. This is a love from where we all came from. There's no cup, there's no start, there's no finish. And the love is just pouring through me. So take some of my love and stay weird, stay wild, stay wacky, and I will see you in the next one.